Today we are going to be talking about developers selling out for their games to become Epic exclusives. Now, I've talked about this a lot in the past, Epic Games Store and the exclusives. We have games like Borderlands, we have games like Shenmue. There have been so many games that have gone to Epic Games Store exclusivity, and some of the developers are finally talking out, giving us the reasons why they went to the road of exclusivity. It's not because they believe in the platform, it's not because they believe in Epic, it's because Epic Games is paying through the nose for their exclusives. And this isn't completely surprising because Epic is trying to build their marketplace. They want these exclusive games because they do believe that it is going to lead to sales. It is going to lead to people eventually finding a game that they want to play and downloading it and having to install their launcher. And once they get through that hill of downloading the launcher, they will go to using the launcher more and more. And then hopefully that will in time become normal consumers, people that normally go to their platform. So the article starts off with, while the details regarding any of the exclusive releases signed onto the Epic Games Store haven't really been talked about since the phenomenon started, Rebellion is the latest to be swayed by Epic. Their reason, like any other, lots of money apparently. It is pretty disappointing that these developers are not admitting that, this platform is good or this platform is bad. They are just going for as much money as they can, and Epic is offering it. Now, I do understand as an indie developer, they are promising you fast money and more money than you would make on Steam or the alternative platforms. So it is slightly understandable that maybe indie developers are more swayed by this. But people have voiced their distaste so many times on how they feel about the Epic Games Store and the exclusives, that it's shocking that more developers are not thinking it more through. They must be offering a lot of money, and unfortunately there is no figures mentioned, of course. It's not that surprising that there were none mentioned, but continuing on, it says Rebellion co-founder and CEO Jason Kingsley, who is literally a knight in real life, confirmed in an interview they accepted an exclusivity deal from Epic for Zombie Army 4 and that it was a nice chunk of money. Generally, I think that I would prefer not to do exclusives, but I understand Epic's position with it, and quite frankly, they are paying through the noses to build their store. Jason said, all credit to them, it's fantastic, and we'll take some of their money, thank you very much. It sounds like the money was so massive, that amount and that chunk of change that they got was so massive, they're forgetting what their consumers want. Consumers have been very unhappy with Epic Games Store and exclusives in general lately. The phenomenon of exclusives has gotten so massive and people are really disliking them, and it's leaving a distaste in their mouth. So to think that they would rather take that chunk of money and lose potentially some sales or even a small percentage of their sales is kind of telling to how these developers are thinking. They are thinking about having money to develop their next games and keep servers online and keep people in their offices rather than losing a couple of consumers that maybe would appreciate their games in the past. Continuing on, it says, while Steam has remained the dominant platform for PC gaming, Jason said their decision to go with Epic was a pure business case. He continues on with, I think partly it's also because of a kick up of the backside for anyone whenever a new competitor comes into the marketplace. It makes you reflect. I mean, developers turn up with a brilliant game and it makes you focus on your game as well. It's exactly the same. Now, yes, he's not wrong. When a new competitor comes into play, you have to go down as many avenues as you can, and especially in this market, making exclusives is a very smart idea. I'm not saying that it's not, it's just people don't like it. I personally do not like it. I do not want a platform to force me to use their platform because it will create more business for them. I would maybe eventually play one game on their launcher because I really want to play that game and it is an exclusive, and then I would never use it again. That is what they do not realize. They are not creating a consistent consumer base. They are creating a fast-paced consumer base, and a consumer base that really is expendable. It finishes off with Kingsley didn't share the actual numbers, but he teased the number Epic offered was quite nice. It's a really nice bonus for us. I was quite impressed by the numbers they offered. Kingsley also added that this was part of an attractive package they offered and that Epic was keen to help support the game. In the end, I do understand why so many developers are going towards the Epic Game Store. They are offering a much better percentage compared to Steam and the other competitors. So I do understand that they would want to put their games on the Epic Game Store. But they could always put their game on the Epic Game Store and also the other competitors' platforms so that people can have the variance in the options that they want. But that is all that I wanted to talk about today. I really just wanted to go in depth and really just talk about how these developers do not have confidence in the Epic Games Store. They are not saying they think it will be a great marketplace. They are not saying that they have confidence in it, that maybe one day down the line it will be the largest platform on PC for purchasing games in the largest marketplace. They are just going where the money is, which I do not blame them for. They are a business, they need to be bringing in money, but still it does show maybe they are not thinking so much about the consumers and more thinking about their business and their company in general. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, and of course if you did not, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either which way, but I hope that you did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys again in the next video really soon.